To solve an equation algebraically, we need a 0 on one side. So if we subtract 3 from both sides here, oops, that should be an x right there, minus 3 equals 0. Now this is pretty tricky, but when you see a square root, okay, sometimes a really nice technique is to do a little substitution, all right, where you create a new variable, just kind of like a dummy variable. I'm going to use u and call it the square root of x, because then u squared is equal to x. And so now in this equation, I've got x and square root of x, and I can write those as u squared and u. So this equation becomes u squared minus 2u minus 3 equals 0. And this we can factor. Okay, this is u minus 3 times u plus 1. Okay, and that just helps us factor it. Let's go now plug in what we know u is. U is the square root of x. So we have the square root of x minus 3 times the square root of x plus 1. All right, now we set each of these factors equal to 0. So the square root of x minus 3 equals 0, and the square root of x plus 1 equals 0. Continuing on, if we add 3 here, we get square root of x equals 3. And then we can square both sides and get x is equal to 9. For this one, if we subtract 1 from both sides, we get the square root of x is equal to negative 1. Now you need to be careful because some people would just want to jump right to squaring both sides, but you need to be careful because notice what this statement is saying. This is saying that the square root of x, this is the principal square root, meaning it's the positive, not the negative in front, equals negative 1. Well, this is a positive square root of x, which equals a negative number. Well, that's not possible. This does not give us a solution. So all we get is x equals 9. Now, that was our algebraic solution. For a graphical solution, let's go ahead and look at our calculator. Let's create a graph. And we can graph either both sides of this or move everything to one side and then graph that and find the zeros. Let's go ahead and just find the zeros here. So we've got this thing here. So we have x minus 2 square root of x, and then minus 3. We graph it. And we see that we've got an intersection point over here. Let's go ahead and just zoom in on that spot so that that's easy to see it. All right. Now we need to find that 0. So we go Menu, Analyze Graph, and 0. You click to the left of the 0, to the right of the 0, and there's the point. We get x equals 9, which is exactly what we found here.